What a big wicket. Harry Barwal, what a spell. He's bowling 3 wickets for 15 runs. And it's Amjad Gul who walks in. The big hitter. And he fancies his chances against spinners. Amjad Gul. But the question here is, Mudassir, will he chance his arm in this over, the last over of Harry Barwal? Or will he let that over slide? It's been a brilliant spell so far.
Couple of more deliveries left in this over. This time onto the legs. It was an appeal. And a couple of runs have been taken by Amjad Gul.
Yeah, just a hopeful appeal at that stage. Ball always going down the leg side. This is a big moment. This is a big partnership here for Sharjah. Half the side back in the hut already. And the change in the wicket, just as the lights have switched on, the sun has gone down. The spinners playing such an important role now. We saw the likes of Mohammad Nadeem and Adil Malik go for a lot of runs in the afternoon. But as soon as the evening has settled in, the spinners are going to play a key role. Maybe we'll see Farooq Momin come into the attack very soon as well, with the left-hander out of the picture.
Fielding has been excellent so far by Fujairah in this match. Harry Barwal to bowl the last delivery. Played on the back foot towards the sweeper cover. Just a single. So a wicket in this over. Sending back the captain Fayaz Ahmed. In his 4 overs, 17 runs, 3 wickets. Excellent spell by Harry Barwal. Comes to an end. 67 for 5, 11 gone. And in comes the leggy Farooq Momin from the far end. It's Adil Malik on strike facing Momin and placed in the gap towards the deep fine leg. Couple of runs on the very first delivery.
A gentle loosener. And he's very lucky he's not conceded a boundary. Adil Malik just unable to get a lot of bat on that. Again, good fielding. It's Mohammad Usman at deep square leg. Mohammad Wasim at mid wicket. Always in the hot zone, the captain. Shorter, quicker delivery this time. This is the matchup right here, Mudassir. Amjad Gul versus the leggy. He is a leggy himself, but he has no love for leg spinners. I know from first-hand experience.
They need to target Farooq Momin. They are running out of overs here. 52 balls, 107. Asking rate is above 12 per over. Nicely bowled. The line and length has been brilliant by the bowlers. They have read this surface really well.
"13 runs in over needed. Asking rate going up with every dot ball, every single. Farooq Momin trying to bowl a bit too quick, in my opinion, Mudassir. Just bowling it short. He's very lucky so far. He's gotten away with it in the over.
Give flight. You have that longer boundary on the leg side. They're under pressure. You need to get Adil Malik and Amjad Gul out because they are most dangerous batters, especially talking in the death overs.
Yeah, that's the dilemma right here, isn't it? Does he bowl a 6-7 run over and get away with it? Or does he try to take a wicket and concede 11 or 12 in the process?
Quicker delivery coming down the track and played straight towards the bowler. A dot ball, just 5 runs from his first over, 12 gone, 72 for 5.
Was 72 for 5. 12 overs done. Adil Malik, a run a ball 7 so far. Amjad Gul has faced 6 deliveries, only 2 runs for him. And the spinner has been replaced by a medium pacer. It's Jiju Janardhanan once more. Very interesting this move by Mohammad Wasim.
Side change for Jiju Janardhanan, trusting senior and experienced Jiju Janardhanan. Went for duck, trying to get a couple of wickets here. Jiju Janardhanan. On the back foot, keeping it really tight, the bowlers. They're finding hard to get those boundaries at a regular interval. Sharjah. I think Abdurrahman in the first innings they have considered a lot of runs behind the wicket, and especially those extras are hurting them.
At one stage, they were looking at shooting down Fujairah at about 150, 155. Those extra 20 runs might come back to haunt them, and the 19 extras that they conceded. You can't give a 40-run buffer to a team like Fujairah. Oh, wide outside off stump and deliberately played down to third man. It's racing away. They're not going for the running. Amjad Gul was just standing there and posing. And has it cost them a couple of runs?
Poor cricket here by Amjad Gul, just watching the ball. We need to check. Just wanted to make sure. Was it inside the rope? Chased by Harry Bharwal.
Oh, I think his foot was on the ground outside that rope when he has pulled that ball in.
The right decision made here. A boundary. Just ball moving away from Amjad Gul and glided past the keeper and the short third man. They need a couple of more boundaries in this over. Stepping down. Fielder at mid wicket coming down. Hamid Khan, no mistake. Walks back. Amjad Gul, a slower delivery by Jiju Janardhanan.
Oh, nothing short in the end. Amjad Gul, 8 deliveries for his 6 runs, 76 for 6 now. Sharjah. They needed Amjad Gul to step up. They needed Amjad Gul to play a quick knock. In the end, he's fallen, and a good bowling change in the end by the captain. Getting in Jiju Janardhanan, who's gotten the breakthrough. Very good catch as well by Hamid Khan.
$77 for 6 here. They need to make sure that they don't fall behind on the net run rate. This is the very first match of the tournament, but losing by a huge margin will definitely haunt them in the upcoming matches and into the knockouts. So they have promoted here. Hazrat Luqman has been brilliant with the bat as well as with the ball in the domestic circuit. 17 matches, 73, 49 best. But he knows how to clear the boundary with ease.
Well, I ask you a question here, Mudassir. You say he's been promoted. Who would have they sent instead of Hazrat Luqman at this stage?
I was expecting Hafiz Almas.
Good point. And you'll know why Hazrat Al Luqman has been sent in. Slower delivery. He knew exactly what was coming. Middle of the bat, over square leg for a maximum. What a way to get off the mark.
Back of the length and nicely played, just managing to clear. The deep square leg fielder starts off with a maximum here, Hazrat Luqman. A bit expensive tonight, Jiju Janardhanan. Giving away 26 runs. Last delivery of this over. Loud appeal, but denied by the umpire. And with that, 13 gone, 83 for 6. Farooq will continue from the far end. It's Adil Malik on strike. Cleans him up. He was nowhere near the ball. Coming down the track, misses the line completely. Walks back another batter of Sharjah trying to raise the tempo of the runs.
Well, it's leg spinner versus leg spinner. It was a googly. Very rare sight. This Mohammad Farooq doesn't bowl that very often, but he's landed it perfectly. And Adil Malik, well, his vigil comes to an end. 8 deliveries for his 10 deliveries, I beg your pardon, for his 8 runs. Sharjah in a lot of trouble now. 83 for 7.
Someone is enjoying the banter in the com box.
Well, I'm just glad we have a switch off button here in the mics. The conversation is not something to be aired. Hafiz Almas walks in, another big hitter. But he's got an impossible task from here now. 94 runs needed of 40 deliveries. And they've left too much for the lower order hitters here, Mudassir.
They were, they did not got that flying start. Neither the batsman tried to stay at the wicket. Nicely bowled once again by Farooq. What an impact the innings of Asif Khan Lala has on this match. The way he and Hamdan, that partnership, but the running between the wickets by the senior statesman Asif Lala has been brilliant. Last couple of seasons, he has been like a run machine in the domestic circuit.
Oh, short delivery, cut hard. They're going to push for two, are they? No, just a single. We usually talk about innings and their impact on an innings. And there's a lot of conversation about 100 versus a 50. I'll tell you what, that 68 is worth at least 90 in terms of the gameplay. Look at the margin at the moment, 93 runs. Had he fallen around 20 or 30 on the board, I don't think Fujairah would have managed more than 130.
See, this is a class of this batter playing on a completely different surface. He adjusted himself, took his time, then scored those runs.
Just a single taken. The very good over, steady over in the end. And a big wicket for Mohammad Farooq moment. Sharjah in a lot of trouble now. 92 runs needed in the last 6 overs. 85 for 7 in 14.
Junaid Siddiqui in the attack, and the very first ball launches over the bowler. A fumble and quick running between the wickets shown by Hafiz Almas and Luqman.
A very interesting shot this from Azad Luqman. More like a tennis forehand, straight down the ground. Junaid Siddiqui, well, he's looking a bit off color, isn't he, Junaid? Probably tired of all the cricket that he's played in the last 3-4 months. I'll tell you what, hit him for a six and then see what happens, how that pace comes up.
A fuller land delivery on the off stump, a dot ball, and it has been a while since we have seen Junaid Siddiq in the domestic circuit. Rightly said by Abdur Rahman, he was busy with the national duties and playing those league franchisee cricket. Brilliant bowler, and what a performance he had in the World Cup.
Well, absolutely. With the ball, especially the game against Netherlands, they will be very disappointed because he set it up nicely for the UAE. And then that six, that monster 109-meter hit, the biggest six of the tournament, the biggest cricket tournament in the world. One way to get on the top of the table, Junaid Siddiqui. And you can see his art, that slower delivery now that he's bowled. No change in his action. He comes steaming in, and then that ball comes at you about 20 kilometers slower. Very, very talented, very skillful bowler, Junaid Siddiqui.
This is what you learn when you play those franchisee cricket with the legends. Siddiqui comes in once again, a slower delivery. Slowly, the game is slipping out of Sharjah.
Well, they'll need almost 16 runs and over from here to pull this off. And I don't see that happening with the likes of Junaid Siddiqui and Abdul Ghaffar to bowl. Farooq Mohammad has been really well, but what about that catch from Mohammad Wasim? I'll tell you what, it's a very long tournament. There are a lot of games coming up, but I don't think there's going to be a single catch that's going to better that. Give him the award right now, the catch of the tournament.
In every D series, he has in moments. If you talk about the fielding, if you remember the first D10 and some special guest, the Ahmad Khaja and Shiraz, and the team director of Deccan Gladiators, Mr. Saif, is out there supporting Ajman.
Oh, Mr. Shiraz Mughal showing around the ground as if he owns it.
For next couple of weeks, he owns this ground.
Oh, it's a helicopter shot. But has he taken off? No, what a catch. Brilliant. Mohammad Wasim can do no wrong in the field. We were just talking about the catch of the tournament conversation. Haider Wasi Shah is confused because he knows it was his catch. Mohammad Wasim has run all the way from mid-off to long off to take that catch. Unbelievable fielder.
Was miles up in the air and backpedaling, adjusting himself. Brilliant, brilliant catch. And look at Haider Wasisha, the young lad. He was shocked the way he took this catch. Walks back, Hazrat Luqman. Wicket number 8 goes down for Sharjah.
Hafiz Almas. He starts off with the maximum against the leg spinner as I welcome Mohammad Rashid into the com box. Was a bit too late, is it?
Thank you, Abdurrahman. And Hafiz Almas welcomes me with with the six. But rightly said, a bit too late for them. I think Sharjah, having lost 8 of their wickets for just 95 on the board, requiring another. That's gone all the way for a six, yeah.
Well, this
Pitched.
time trying to go for that helicopter shot again. And if he's not learned from his previous mistake by Hazrat Luqman, Hafiz Almas has to be a bit careful. What a catch that by Muhammad Wasim. I tell you what, he is a talented batsman. We all know this. But his fielding is something special. Just to watch the way he covers the ground, the way he settles under the ball, is just a sight. It's a beautiful sight.
Absolutely. And being the first day of the tournament and the first match of the tournament, we've seen almost everything today. A good knock by Asif Lala, some brilliant catches, some brilliant bowling by Colonel Zayed. I wonder what's going to be in store in the upcoming matches.
Well, still a run out missing here, Mohammad Rashid. Maybe we'll see one of those. Big effort here by Haider Wasi Shah. Oh, he is very unlucky. He did all the hard work, put in all the hard yards. And in the end, the ball just had a bit too much on it. And it goes into the fence for a boundary.
A valiant effort there by Haider Wasi Shah. Look at that commitment. Knowing that his team is already through, almost through, but giving in that chase, and what an effort that was. Almost got it in.
Well, Hafiz Almas and Irfan Khattak can hit the ball hard. So I'm not sure if the game is done and dusted just yet. Fujairah will know that they're in a comfortable position, but it's not done in Farooq moment. He wants to get out of this over quickly now. Already conceded 12 in the over. Well, there was a appeal, but in the end, nothing. A dot ball to finish the over, an expensive over. Sharjah 102 for 8 at the end of 16. Well, that's a scorecard. And the disaster from the top. Khalid Shah, first ball, duck. Zainullah looking very good for his 14. Runner ball, runner ball 17 for Yasir. And for Yaz, 17 as well. Just nobody stepping up in the middle. They bat very deep. They have a very big batting lineup. But they've all failed against Harry Barwal. Just the 8 extras. So it's some disciplined bowling from Fujairah. 75 runs needed, 24 legal deliveries to go. Junaid Siddiqui to continue.
That was a slower bouncer there by Junaid Siddiqui, and Hafiz Almas had no clue. Although I think he was waiting for that delivery, he kept on waiting and waiting, but still couldn't middle it.
Well, Hafiz Almas making his debut in the Emirates D20. And he's putting up a statement. There's a good innings so far, 14 of 9. Was steady with the ball as well. But that's the challenge right here. Not often you face a bowler like Junaid Siddiqui.
It's very good to see Junaid Siddiqui bowling with a lot of steam, and the kind of rhythm he's bowling in, that is very interesting. I think he's done all the hard work in the nets, and it's showing here as he's bowling. He's coming in with a lot of good rhythm.
Well, it's all about biomechanics, isn't it? As a fast bowler, And you just know when everything is clicking. That run up, that release, that follow through. Played in the air towards the mid wicket, only a single. And Junaid Siddiqui just looks like he's in good rhythm. It's always about rhythm, isn't it? As a leg spinner or a batsman, even. Once you're in a rhythm, things just fall into place.
Absolutely, and I think even for a off spinner or a medium pacer or any kind of cricketer, I think rhythm is one of the most important things. As soon as you're in rhythm, you start performing, and your best comes into play.
All in the air, in the air. Fielder, can he get to it? I think it's Abdul Ghaffar, if I'm not mistaken.
That was a close call. I think you're right. That is Abdul Ghaffar.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I don't think that's Abdul Ghaffar because he threw with his right hand. That's
Well picked.
Jiju Janardhanan. Usually very steady in the field. But this time, he's letting it pass through his hands.
And again, on the stumps, and they go for a double and a very quick running between the wickets, and they complete those 2 runs easily at the end.
Yeah, good running between the wickets. That's the only thing missing in this game so far, a run out. 108 on the board. 69 more runs needed. 3 more overs to go after this one. And they want to reduce that deficit as much as you can because net run rate, and we've seen this in the past editions of this Emirates D20, will play a key role in finalizing those top 4 slots. Wide down the leg side, that will help as well.
Junaid wouldn't be happy bowling that extra delivery. Oh, he's running up to his mark. That's good. And we know that the match is being clocked, and with the new field restriction penalty coming in, if you don't complete your overs within the time frame, an extra fielder comes into the 30-yard circle.
Well, tries that Yorker, gets a single. We'll talk about that rule in the next over. Over number 17 comes to an end. Sharjah 109 for the loss of 8 wickets. Well, Abdul Ghaffar comes into the attack, trying to blow this tail out of the water, get that big victory under the belt. Again, interesting situation right here is Hafiz Almaz and Abdul Ghaffar play for the same club, know each other really well, played a lot of cricket together.
Which has been the case for most of the cricketers here. They play for either the same club or they have played together in some part of their careers. Short, short ball that's gone up in the air, and it's been taken at fine leg. So that brings an end to the innings of Irfan. Mohammad Usman takes that catch quite easily at the end, and Sharjah loses yet another wicket. They're 9 down now with the score at Nelson.
Well, the Nelson has struck 1-1-1. It's a deadly number, but it's not as deadly as Abdul Ghaffar. Short, quick ball, no chance for the number 10. 111 for the loss of 9 wickets now, 17.2 overs done. Oh, the last pair is in. It's Colonel Zahid. And I'm sure he wasn't thinking he'd come into bat after he'd taken 5 wickets. 111 for 9.
But I tell you what, Colonel Zayed loves to bat as well, and he would want to tonk a few outside that boundary.
Well, I'm sure he likes to bat, but I'll tell you what, Abdul Ghaffar would not want to get hit for a few runs from Colonel Zahid. 66 runs. Oh, wide outside off stump, and yes, called by the umpire. Very good wicket keeping by Hamdan Tahir. Full stretch drive.
I'm really impressed with the fitness levels of Hamdan and the others.
Well, if you're impressed, yeah, the more impressive thing is Mr. Suhaib Irfan standing there, the big boss. He signs all the checks. That's why the cameraman has found him. Standing right next to him is our very own Mr. Ahmed Khwaja, looking dapper in brown. Targeting the stumps this time. Very well played by Colonel Zahid.
Going back to that rule which has been introduced of the Rahman, I think it's a very interesting and very good move to make sure that teams finish their quota of 20 overs in the allotted time, which has been implemented in this tournament as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, there are a couple of new introductions, and that is probably my favorite rule or rule change, so to speak. Another single taken. Because in international cricket, it doesn't make a difference when you fine a certain Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli 100% of their match fees, because they want to win the game and they want to win the game well. And even in domestic cricket, not a lot of these captains are going to be fined any sort of match fees. But the way the game changes as soon as you have to bring in a fielder inside, it just makes a beautiful impact on this beautiful game. Very good over. He got the wicket. That's why they had brought Abdul Ghaffar into the attack. End of over number 18. 114 for the loss of 9 wickets, Sharjah. Well, Jiju Janardhan comes back into the attack. Very interesting this. Outside off stump in a edge. It doesn't carry to short third man. Well, Hafiz Almaz is not going to die wondering, that's for sure.
Very interesting to see Gigi Janardhan bowl the penultimate over and get some swing out of the wicket as well. So I think he's using the conditions pretty well.
He's an intelligent operator, Jiju. He's gone for a few runs in this match. But he's a very good all-rounder to have in your side. I know the Fujairah team rate him very highly. Oh, it was in the air. It was in the air. Mohammad Usman unable to get his hands under the ball. And Hafiz Almaz has been dropped.
Rightly said, it just bounced in front of him. But very interesting to see he's coming from the right, from the edge of the circle with the Sharjah 9 down. I don't think that would be appropriate there.
Well, I have to disagree with you, Rashid, and I'll tell you why in a bit. Hit the square leg. I don't think Hafiz Almaz wanted to take a single. He's going to hit and hit it very hard. That's why that fielder right at the edge of the circle, although I know from about 25 years of experience playing with Mr. Rashid that he hates that cover fielder right at the edge of the circle.
Because I always think that he's a catch-taking position and he should be used to the fullest.
Yeah, you're right. Usually that ball traveling at speed in the air and it doesn't have enough momentum to reach the edge of the circle. That's why you see, and the teams like Australia, and I love that about them. Right now, where Mohammad Usman is standing, which is almost at that strip, is where they have that extra cover fielder, and it also cuts out the angles of that cover drive.
Absolutely, and as we know, cricket is a game of angles, and you know, cutting down those angles would be very.
Charging down the track this time, again played towards square leg. I think I think the aim here is to play out the full overs, Rashid.
Which is the right plan, I think, for Sharjah, and just make sure they cut down the deficit as much as possible. Because as you mentioned, we've seen it in the previous editions as well. Run rate, which plays a very important role at the end of the tournament.
Even with all of that, there's still a big margin of victory here. 61 runs so far. Hafiz Almas, what does he do now? Does he take a single or does he get for a boundary? It's given as a wide. He gets another opportunity. I think the plan was to try and get a single. He wants to get on strike to face the last over, Hafiz Almas.
Or was he eyeing the third man boundary, which was vacant, as they've got a short third man in place?
Oh, what a performance this by Fujairah. Always the fancied side in the Emirates D20. And the bowlers have done really well, but you have to take your hats off to Asif Khan. This time played in the air. It was in the gap. Farooq charging the ball. It's Akif Raja, beg your pardon. 12th man in. And he's conceded a boundary. So Sharjah 121 for the loss of 9 wickets with one more over to go. Well, well, well. We've seen it all today, Mr. Mohammad Rashid. It's Usman coming into ball. Wide outside off stump with the slip in place in the last over. How many times have you seen that?
And we've seen the reverse sweep by Colonel Zahid.
And he's gotten a boundary. Oh, this crazy game continues to excite and entertain. It's Colonel Zahid. His team might be at the losing end, but he's got a big smile on his face. And he's hit a boundary with a reverse hit.
I know that Usman loves to bowl, and he bowls at every opportunity he gets. With that, he's tonked it over mid-wicket for a 6.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's not getting another over after this one. A boundary followed by a 6. Colonel Zahid is lifting his bat up as if he's hit the fastest 50 in the Emirates D20. All fun and games, but I tell you what, this is a dangerous ploy. 45 runs now, the margin. Could have easily been 55. They've conceded 11 runs of 2 deliveries. Again hit in the air by Colonel Zahid. Are they going to push for 2? No. Hafiz Almas, the settled batsman, the more experienced batsman, now gets on strike.
And we see Usman coming back to his conventional off spinners. That's what he bowls normally. He was trying his luck with those leg spinners.
Well, it's not everybody's cup of tea, bowling leg spin. Isn't it, Rashid?
Oh, absolutely. And he tries again. Has he gone all the way? No. He's picked up a wicket. Has he? Yes, he has. What a wicket that was.
Well, it's a funny all game, isn't it? It was Hafiz Almas, who's the more settled batsman, the more experienced batsman. It was a half volley on off stump. And Hamid Khan, who's had a very good day in the field, takes his second catch. Fujairah winning by a huge margin of 43 runs.
And we see handshakes all around. Oh, like Abdurrahman said, a very big margin of 43 runs. I think this will be very interesting to see how it pans out throughout at the end of the tournament when Sharjah would need. So here we see first match concluded here. Fujairah won by 43 runs as we see Colonel Zayed and Hafiz Almas walking back. What do you think, Abdurrahman, would be an impact of these 43 runs?
Well, I'll tell you what, the impact is going to show on the net run rate very soon. It's just the first game, but this is the gauntlet that Fujairah has set to the teams. Asif Lala right in front, applauding. Good to see that by the captain Mohammad Wasim, because his innings of 68 was the difference. It was the game changer. Colonel Zahid picking up 5 wickets, 3 in 1 over. At that stage, it could have gone anywhere, in any direction. That's the batting card. Then Khalid Shah, first ball duck. Sainullah 14. Yasir and Fayyaz 17 apiece. And Hafiz Almaz right at the end, 27 of 20. 133 is the only total they were able to manage. 12 extras as well.
As we see the bowling card for Fujairah, Junaid Siddiqui picking up a couple of wickets in his 4 overs, giving away 32 runs. Abdul Ghaffar, very miserly, picking up 2 wickets and just giving away 16 runs. Jiju, Mohammad Farooq and Mohammad Usman picking up a wicket each. But the pick of the bowlers there, Harry Barwal, picking up 3 wickets in 4 overs, giving away just 17 runs. I think that was a game-changing performance there by Harry Barwal.
Yeah, absolutely. That spell from Harry Barwal. 3 wickets of just 17 runs against this side of kind of batting, who love batting against spinners. Let's have a quick look at the highlights then of the second innings. First legal delivery, and it was a wicket for Junaid Siddiqui. Khalid Shah disappointing. Yasir Kaleem was looking good at one stage, but then that bottom edge going straight into the hands of Mohammad Usman. And then Harry Barwal walked in. Brilliant catch, absolutely amazing stuff from the Superman Mohammad Wasim. And a reverse hit, missing and hitting the stumps. Fayyaz Ahmed, while he was in the middle, they had some ray of hope. But Harry Barwal had other ideas. A big wicket again, the captain falling to the left arm spinner. Jiju Janardhanan picking up a wicket as well. Nothing shot in the end by Amjad Gul. Very disappointing innings from his side. Hazrat Luqman came in, hit the first ball for 6. Seems to be the trend of the day today. Mohammad Farooq Momin getting a googly spot on. And then Junaid Siddiqui, well, he picked up an important wicket and a very good catch again by Mohammad Wasim. Brilliant game awareness. Hafiz Almas got a bit of a hit in the middle, and Sharjah wouldn't mind that. That was the wicket of Irfan Khatak. And then the last ball, the last wicket to fall, just before Colonel Zayed enjoyed himself with a 6 and a 4. Hafiz Almas right in the hands of the deep extra cover fielder Hamid Khan, doing really well in the end. So that's a match summary then. Fujairah 176 for 7 thanks to that knock from Asif Khan. 66 of 42 deliveries, supported well by Hamdan Tahir and Wasi Shah. Colonel Zahid 5 wickets for 33 runs, but unfortunately he had to finish off at the losing end. Fujairah winning by 43 runs. Sharjah 133 in 19 overs. Hafiz Almas 27 of 20, the top scorer. Harry Barwal 3 wickets for 17. Abdul Ghaffar and Junaid Siddiqui picking up 2 wickets each. Fujairah winning by 43 runs. Well, that is it from the com box. Then we'll go down to Ahmed Khwaja, who is with the man of the match for the post-match.
कोई नहीं मैं वो मैं भी
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-match presentation of the MazaPlay.net presents Emirates D20 2022, powered by FanCode. Match number 1 of the tournament, the opening fixture. It was the clash of the Giants, pardon me, Ajman, pardon me, Sharjah taking on Fujairah, and in the end, it was a team in green, Fujairah, triumphing by 43 runs, led by an outstanding performance from a very outstanding player. We're here to present the Player of the Match award that will be given by our match referee, Mr. Iftikhar Ali. And of course, there could be only one man, the legend, the champion, Asif Khan, for his innings of 65 or 42 balls. Please join us. Lala, once again, very well played. 65 or 42 पिच के बारे में बताएं, काफ़ी टफ कंडीशंस थी.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम सबसे पहले अल्लाह का शुक्र है हमारी टीम जीती है तो यही एक प्लेयर के लिए सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ होती है पिच थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी था टेनिस बॉल बाउंस था तो एज ए प्रोफेशनल यही कोशिश की थी कि अपने आप को एडजस्ट करें उसके बाद थोड़ा सा जब अच्छा फील हुआ तो उसमें हमने कोशिश की हिट आउट किया अल्लाह ने कामयाब किया.
लाला बहुत बड़ी साइड है, बहुत बड़े नाम है, आपका बहुत बड़ा नाम है, प्रेशर भी बहुत होता है, लेकिन हर बड़े मैच में आप स्टेप अप करते हैं, डिलीवर करते हैं. कैसे आप हैंडल करते हैं ये एक्सपेक्टेशंस?
एज ए प्लेयर एज ए प्रोफेशनल मेरी कोशिश यही होती है कि आपको हर सिचुएशन के लिए रेडी रहना चाहिए तो उसी के लिए हम रेडी रहते हैं क्योंकि हमारा ब्रेड एंड बटर ही यही है तो कोशिश यही होती है अपने आप को मैनेज करें एज ए प्रोफेशनल अच्छे तरीके से उसमें अल्लाह पाक कामयाब कर देती है.
और जो दुनिया में चाहने वाले आसिफ खान लाला के वो आपकी हर परफॉर्मेंस को फॉलो करते हैं, हर दफ़ा आपको सपोर्ट करते हैं, आपका उनके लिए क्या पैगाम है?
सबसे पहले उनका तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया क्योंकि स्पोर्ट के बगैर तो मेरा ख्याल है कुछ नहीं है तो मैं उनका हमेशा हरदम शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ जो मुझे सपोर्ट करते हैं क्योंकि फ़ैन का होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. आपकी बैकबोन पे फ़ैन होंगे यही हमें एक होप देते हैं हमें सपोर्ट करते हैं तो उसकी वजह से हम एनर्जेटिक रहते हैं.
Amazing performance, Lala. Well played.
थैंक यू.
Well, once again, Asif Khan, the outstanding player of the game. That's all from the post-match awards now. But stay tuned. At 8:30 p.m. local time, we have another fixture at the Emirates D20. It's going to be Ajman taking on Abu Dhabi. We'll take a short break. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you soon. Play.net presents